Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my driveway. A little change of scenery today because we're working on the truck. I think I told you yesterday that the truck broke again. And it did. I had just put on a new, let me show you. I put on a harmonic balancer, which is the piece down there that connects to the crank. And when I did that, I found out that my water pump was bad. The pulley that attaches to the water pump, it was loose. So I had to put on a new water pump, and it worked for a day. And then I went to go to work yesterday morning, and the belt snapped. This is actually the alternator belt that broke, but I think it was the power steering belt that caused the alternator belt to break. The power steering belt survived, but I think it came off and took this belt out. This belt hit the fan, and, well, it's not a belt anymore. It's now a strap. So what I need to do is take the tension off of these belts and put them on. And then, you know, I thought, tonight's game night. I'm supposed to be playing games tonight, but I can't because I have to fix the truck. I need the truck for work. I need to be able to haul some stuff. I've got some projects that I need to go get wood for. And also, it's been cold. Today was like, I don't know, it was like 50 degrees. It was like 45 when I woke up this morning, which is a cold ride, but I don't mind it. I'll ride the motorcycle. I've ridden as low as 19 degrees, and that's just because I would ride lower temperatures if the roads were safe. But that's just how it is. Some days you get cold, and today was one of those days. It was extremely cold, and it's never warmed up. It's supposed to be 70 tomorrow, so I would like to get the truck done. So it's supposed to be at game night tonight. I don't get to play games. And when you buy a truck like this is a 83 GMC. When you decide that you're going to own a vehicle of age, you have to be aware that they suck. People say they don't make them like they used to, and as a mechanic, I say thank goodness, because they were crap. Cars aren't great. They're not. Old cars weren't like prone to not failing. They failed all the freaking time. You look at pictures of highways back in the 60s, and there was cars constantly pulled off on the side of the highway because something was broke. You don't see that as much anymore because our engineering has gotten way better. But when when you buy an older vehicle like this, you're buying, you have to be aware that it's going to fail, and that's okay. The problem is, most people don't have the skill set required to maintain an older vehicle. They want one, but being able to keep it on the road is not in their skill set. And that's okay too. We have mechanics. There's guys like me who will come help you fix your car. Or, at least tell you what's wrong and point you in the right direction. But boy, does it suck when it's my night to go play games with my friends, and I can't because I have to work on the truck. That sucks. But that's part of growing up, I guess. That's, I tell my dad all the time. He is 72 this year. 72 this year. And he's, he talks about how he can't, he has to take breaks while cutting the grass, and he's never had to do that before. And I always tell him, Dad, this is part of growing up. You're growing up on us, Dad. You're going to be an old man soon. And, nobody wants to admit that they're getting old. But, I could be having fun time right now instead of doing this job, and here I am. But I'm glad that I can at least share something with you. And again, I know I've said this before, but this was kind of the intention of this channel all along, was for me to fix stuff or work on something and have you along for the ride. So there we go. That's the alternator belt. I've got really good belt alignment. It's going to be hard to capture on camera. So I know the belts aren't getting thrown. You know, you really have to be concerned about the alignment between this top pulley and the harmonic balancer, which I changed. So I've got good alignment. That's not the problem. I'm really not positive what the problem is, other than when I shut the truck off. Well, the power steering pump was whining that morning. I knew it was low. It's been low for a while. And when I shut the truck off, it was foaming out of the cap. So I think maybe the power steering pump slipped, the belt slipped or froze up. Maybe had a momentary problem in the pump here, and that's what caused it. I'm not positive. Let's see if I can roll it on. Sometimes you can roll these on. This pump, let me see if I can show you this, on these old trucks, for some reason, this is the adjuster for the pump. You can see that there's only about a half an inch of movement there. It's actually really hard to get this belt on this pulley because there's very little room to move the pump. I don't know why it's like that. I honestly have no clue, but it is what it is. So I'm going to continue working on this, get it back together so that I can get back on the road and get some stuff done tomorrow at work. Thank you guys, as always, for watching and commenting. I'm really excited to share the 3D printer with you. A lot of you have been really excited to see it, and there's so many 3D printing channels. You know, when you do something like this, when you do this YouTube sort of thing, I think, well, why would I show that? Because if somebody wants to see a 3D printer, they'll go look at somebody's channel. But the reality is, you don't come here for 3D printers. You come here for me, and I'm flattered. I don't know why you come here, but I'm flattered that you do. And so when I share a 3D printer, it might be the first time you've had exposure to it, and that's really cool. That's really fun for me. So thank you for all the awesome comments. Thank you for being really amazing people, and keeping it positive. And please continue to leave me wonderful comments. Please continue to send me amazing emails to chevee@thedailyshed.com, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Here we'll let Ryan do another random fact.
Hey Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
I'm Ryan Hubbard from Hubbard's Handmade on YouTube with your Daily Shed Random Fact. Today's random fact is brought to you by Huffington Post. How many times was Harry Potter rejected by publishers? J.K. Rowling was famously rejected by a mighty 12 publishers before Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was accepted by Bloomsbury, and even then, only at the insistence of the chairman's 8-year-old daughter. I've read all the Harry Potter books and I didn't know that about the 8-year-old daughter.